Good morrow. Welcome to a lovely grey Saturday. First order of business this week is buy milk, go to board meeting.
Welcome to another episode of Toby Stupid Vlog.
Or AGM more specifically for Co-op Homes, which starts at 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning in Teddington. It's currently 9:20 and I'm not in Teddington. Tell me, who is Bernardo O'Higgins? Yes, Steve, I'm looking at you. You've been going around putting fake blue plaques on things. I hope not. Anyway, we are doing a 9-mile walk, last Sunday of training, through Richmond and Ham and Richmond Park. Rays of sun over Petersham Common. It's quite impressive. There is currently cows on the common, which you may not be able to see in the distance there. So it's currently a no dog area. It's often quite heavily flooded here, but we haven't had much rain in a while, so it's not too bad. We're in Richmond Park. The only problem with these big ferns is they can often hide very large deer. So you have to be slightly careful to not upset a deer. Haven't been in Richmond Park since we started all this training, and we did our first longish walk around Richmond Park. It seemed very long at the time. That was nearly 3 months ago. It's crazy. That's central London, as seen from Richmond Park. It's always nice to get a clear day, not today. Look all the way down there. That's where we'll be doing a marathon in 6 days' time. Hooray! Or hooray, it'll be finished in 7 days' time. Because it's a Sunday and because the weather's nice, we've stopped for an ice cream. So I've gone for my favourite, Maxibon cookie. And Crystal's got the most ridiculous size Oreo you've ever seen. It's completely ludicrous. Let's see what it's like now. It's Monday, it's Veggie Day, and I've just been into Richmond to buy what? How well do you know my habits? The answer is obviously kimchi, because there's nothing better on a Veggie Monday than egg fried kimchi fried rice even. So that's what I'll be doing very shortly. And such a lovely day out that really had to walk in, or at least walk back. So making the most of it. So although almost all of this vlog is going to be me talking about the fact that I'm about to do a 26.2 mile walk for Cancer Research UK, and that you can sponsor me, the walk will have already happened by the time this vlog goes up. However, don't let that stop you. You can still sponsor after the event, even if it's a very small amount of money. I promise I won't be saying this next week. Well, maybe a bit, but not as much, and then it will all be over. And yeah, as little as £1, just gift aid it, and it all goes directly to CRUK. So I'm sure you can manage that, if nothing more. And then you'll feel that at least all this whining by me will have paid off. And then we'll both feel good, maybe. I will, anyway. We really have had quite an impressive September, especially as August was quite miserable. September's been quite exceptional. Certainly temperature-wise, it hasn't always been as blue as it is today. But it has been a proper Indian summer. I really need it to last one more week, so that when we're doing this walk, it's not miserable and raining. I mean, really the only thing I want is it to be dry, because when you're looking at your feet in the rain, 26 miles is a very, very long way. And then the week after, as I've mentioned, we're going to Wales. So it'd be nice if at least in the west the weather would continue one more week. But I'll take it just for those couple of days, and only in and around Wales, and the rest of you can just suffer. Because I will have earned it, damn it. So yeah, come on summer, hang around a bit longer. And I realised that autumn technically starts on the 23rd, which is what, Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. So Wednesday's the first day of autumn. Although there's already conkers on the ground and the leaves have already started turning, because this year we're a month ahead for some reason. but I would like to delay autumn weather until, let's say, I don't know, late October. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? So I'm in full cooking mode today. After the kimchi fried rice, I have made what the Germans would call a Flammkuchen mit Streusel, which is sort of crumbliness. It's all the pastries made out one thing. You press some down, put the plums in, and you sprinkle the rest on top. I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to see how it turns out. Here is the finished article. The Flammkuchen. Please forgive the microwave, in full effect. Looks pretty good. Good morning. Today is Tuesday the 23rd of September, and it is therefore the first day of autumn. Autumn does not occur when you feel like you're getting cold. It's not an emotional state. Autumn starts in the Northern Hemisphere, everywhere in the Northern Hemisphere, on the September equinox. Doesn't matter whether you're in the southern tip of Spain, the northernmost bit of Scotland, or the Orkney Islands. September equinox is the start of autumn in the whole of the Northern Hemisphere. In the Southern Hemisphere, then the autumn begins with March equinox, but that's because the seasons are 6 months shifted due to the way that the Earth is angled most of the time. Anyway, moving on from that, the equinox is not, as the name suggests, the day when the amount of light you get is the same as the amount of dark you get. The length of day is not equal. Well, not precisely, not everywhere, and that's because of the way it's defined. The equinox is when the centre of mass of the sun crosses the celestial equator, and for one of 2 times a year the Earth is neither tilting towards or away from the sun. And the celestial equator you can think of as a big surface that intersects with the Earth's equator that spreads out into space. And that is when the centre of mass of the sun crosses that point in September. That's the September equinox and the start of autumn, which is today. The reason that the length of the day and the night is not exactly the same at this point is to do with a number of factors, a couple of which are the way that the sun's light is refracted as it goes through the Earth's atmosphere, so that you actually get slightly more sunlight in the evening because of the way the light's bent, and also to do with the fact that daylight is measured from the moment the tip of the sun crosses the horizon, not the centre of mass, and the last bit of sun crosses the horizon in the evening, again not the centre of mass, so you get a bit more light. So you'll notice today, in fact I think we get about 12 hours and 10 minutes, give or take, of daylight, and 11 hours and 50 minutes of darkness. But anyway, the equinox actually occurred at 3:29 this morning. Consider yourself knowledged. What this means is you can now correctly use the term autumnal when looking at scenes like this. Vince is trying to export the file before Steve's timer expires.
We don't know how much time's left because there's no countdown. But time's up. Done.
Oh, that was dramatic.
It's not done though, you're
We've got 30 more seconds.
I'm exporting. Now, rendering one of audio previews. Going for it. 1 minute, 29, 30 seconds.
You've got 10 seconds.
Good afternoon. So just because I've grown a beard and had a haircut, now the caretaker doesn't recognise me. I'm like, this isn't the greatest secret disguise. I mean, it's slightly better than Superman's, but it isn't that good. Oh well, I'm undercover, it would appear. So we have 2 more training walks before the marathon on Saturday. One tonight, which is a power walk. Oh, look, they've cut the hedge. About time. And one on Friday, which is just to keep your legs moving, really. Anyway, my point is, you can still donate. I know you're very excited about this. You just text Toby 64 and your donation amount, so pound sign, and then how many pounds you'd like to donate from 1 upwards to 770. That's 70070. So Toby 64 £5 to 770 would donate £5, like it says on the screen right now. Go on. It's all to charity, it doesn't go to me, I promise. And that's the whole point of this flipping walk. It's not to raise personal funds, it's for charity, damn it. So, if you can't manage £5, I'm sure you can manage £1, plus gift aid. You haven't got to put up with me bugging you much longer, I promise. It'll get back to me just wandering around and looking at things that are nice. And you won't feel any guilt. Here's an interesting fact for you, just to get away from the whole give me your money thing. Only one Prime Minister in the history of the United Kingdom has ever been assassinated, and that was Spencer Perceval. He was assassinated on 11th of May 1812 by a lone gunman, actually within the lobby of the House of Commons, shot in the chest and died there on a table in a room nearby. And the guy responsible was very upset about having been imprisoned in Russia and never receiving any compensation from the government. But that, this all sounds like it would do in the 1800s. It's not completely inconceivable. But the most bizarre thing is the morning of his death, an inquest was held into it, and a verdict of willful murder was returned. That, again, not that surprising. What's most surprising is the inquest was heard at the Cat and Bagpipes pub on the corner of Downing Street. Really? That's what you could do? I was not aware that was a thing that you could do in the 1800s, just like, we'll find a pub and we'll conduct an inquest there. I've conducted many inquests in pubs to find the truth, and I can assure you that they have not been very successful. Another beautiful September day. In fact, I should have brought sunglasses. September's proved to be very good, actually, and it is due to continue for another week or so. Hopefully, as I said before, just until we get back from Wales will be perfect. We start the walk in about 30 hours from now. I've got one little sort of loosener 2-mile walk this evening, just to remind us what it feels like, because there hasn't been much walking this week. And then tomorrow evening at 10:15 or so we start. By the time you're watching this, most likely, I'm hoping to get this up on Saturday, but you probably won't see it until after we've done the walk, so this level of calm and casual will long since have evaporated. Can still sponsor via that web link or by texting like that. All the money goes direct to Cancer Research UK, and if you gift aid it, then obviously they get another 20% or so, and you can donate as little as £1. Every £1 is appreciated, so if you want to do it by text, that is a very simple way of doing it. Just text Toby64 £1 to 770, and myself and Cancer Research UK will be very grateful. So we're just about to head off on our very last training walk, 2 whole miles in full CRUK gear, just to be sure everything works for tomorrow. Water bottles, phone chargers, everything. This is the full dress rehearsal. I think I might have a shave before tomorrow. My beard's a bit itchy. I don't want an itchy face. But other than that, plus I'll weigh less, it'll be easier. Other than that, it's everything. And this time tomorrow, it's 8:45 now, so this time tomorrow and a bit, it'll actually happen. Although technically this is the very end of this vlog, so you won't have to watch it just yet. Here we go. Brisk walk. 2 miles around Kew. 2 miles we can handle. 26, we'll have to see. There is a barbecue in the air, which is quite distracting when you're trying to walk, but it does smell really good. Damn it. That's the lingering feeling of all of these training walks will be walking past other people eating. Constantly walking past other people eating. And frankly, I want to be one of those people eating and other people walk past me. That's my goal for the next month, to be an eating person.